Dude, I really wish I could face the heartbreak of it all personally and look it up and creep into the story more to see who the dunce of the fucking year is and who is about to go down in history as a complete hordiot. God, I wish I was like strong enough to actually look up his fucking wiki and see whose name is there or the status, current status or whatever. Just to like confirm if I'm right or not. Like, I really wish I could bring myself to be that involved in drama enough to like check it all out and not just simply go on intuition, but it would just irritate me. It would not only would it break my heart completely, it would irritate me severely, and I would be so angry at whoever that stupid person was. I don't even want to know her name until the shit's made right and I'm given my recompense, because it would really bother me. And then I would probably like want to make like songs or stories that had like an acronym of every letter in her name, like the famous Trump / Nancy Pelosi letter, where I take a line of each verse, starting like with I take all her name and write it down and make the meanest fucking poem to get her back. But I'm not like that, so I would just prefer that recompense has its perfect way and that stuff is just made right in a graceful sort of a way. Because this has been tough enough, like, to go through this and have so much stolen and so much sabotage and so much thwarted. And I just want to believe that it's going to be made right in a right way, you know, and I'm not going to have to, like, fall into that trap of them getting any sort of, like, satisfaction or play, because they've already done enough. They've already been evil enough, and it's not how I roll. And so, I don't even know why I'm making this, just because, like, I'm super tempted, but I wouldn't be able to handle it. I would, like, scream and cry and lose my voice, and it's not worth it. But I don't know. So I read cards. And live disappointment. There's a song. So I read cards and live out disappointment on the daily. Oh, boy. And once in a while on a good day, I pray for my enemies. All right. I gotta go do something with my life. Finish filling the dishwasher, which I started 3-4 hours ago. Interrupted to take my super long bath of the day. I sent my daughter a text last night because I had, you know, my clay mask on my head and I wanted to take a bath, but I'm like too tired to take a bath at night. Like, I just don't do it. Like, I feel like if I had to be somewhere early in the morning the next day, I would, you know, but if I don't, I just like prefer my baths during the day. It's like, why does it take energy to bathe? I don't know. But anyways, I sent her a text that, like, you know, I was going to bed and that I must have been put on this earth to take baths. That's my purpose in life. That was 333, which I just did a reading that had 3 3s in it, 2 of them in the reverse. And I'm going to go, like, read that properly. So that spirit deck, which is a shaman-ish deck, and it's tough to keep my like feathers and wand, if my feathers and acorns straight. I had to make a mental image of acorns going to fire, and so therefore they are wands and fire, and feathers cut through the air, like float through the air, and swords cut through the air, and so they're air energy, and so it's tough for me to keep it straight. And so I was, you know, I made a recording of it, but I always get my like acorns and feathers screwed, like twisted and flipped, and you know, so I'll read it wrong. I'll read the wands and the swords wrong. But it's really all just the same old lame story that seems to never have an end. And everyone's really tired of the nefarious, cloney, attempted life path swappers, and because they're just conniving and sucks to be involved in this and be on this crappy, like, and like I can't wait to be the winner, and like all of that I've been through like means something, and I'm just blabbing just blabbing on because I can, because I've got a hacker, and so I can. And like, they're so dumb. They're like so super desperate because their fraud's coming out, that they're so super desperate to try to like, paint me as like mentally incompetent, like I can't take care of myself, which is going to fail immensely because it's not true. Even if you like block my phone calls and my job opportunities and sabotage me, it doesn't mean that I can't take care of myself. And I've been observed at jobs, killing it, being in boss energy, being able to take care of myself. And so really, as soon as these illegal, nefarious sabotagers are out of the way, things are going to be just fine for me. And also, like, somebody's not crazy because they have psychic ability. It doesn't make somebody crazy, and even if they were to try to put me in some institution, they'd have to have some severely nefarious and bought people lined up there, which they do that. They try to do that. But the problem is that these corrupt people in these positions are also getting busted for illegal activity. So their whole junk's just going down in flames, and it's going down fast, and they're not able to get away with some of the stuff that they've been able. They're not going to be able to get away with Betty Page and me, because I found out, I've seen the corruption in the church finances, in the church books, and I'm like Jesus turning over the tables, because it's just like greedy corruption, And anyways, doesn't make them happy, and that spirit of religion is a very, very mean and ugly one. It's one of the worst. Anyways, yeah, there's no way that they're going to get away with any of their stuff, but it's all backfiring on them. Like, putting illegal surveillance on me for years has really just only proven that I'm not what these freaking weirdos that are just like so into ruining people's lives. That's their main agenda. And it's going to be very apparent that that's what their main agenda is, that they're fraudulent people that couldn't for the life of them support somebody and do what's right, and help the next generations to have a better day. They're just like so hell-bent on being right in their wrongs, and it's like they think two wrongs make a right, but it's actually like wrongs on wrongs on wrongs on wrongs. They're trying to make a right at this point, and it's never going to work. It's never going to work. You are being forced to fix something and do the right thing. Your lies are never going to pan out. Just because when I went down to my parents' house when they had their first Airbnb guests, which I was the one dreaming of that place being rented out for 20 years now. And of course, did I get to do any of that? No, because I'm fucking Cinderella. But it's going to change. But anyways, just because I said, oh, we're going to have to go up in the hills. And these are the kind of examples I'd have for a sane judge and sane jury. Oh, we're going to have to go up in the hills and like make ourselves geodomes. And they're like, oh, that's funny. That's who's renting this place. The guy in Forbes magazine and he's building domes over there on the Pipestone Pass, which is a lot of alien activity, by the way, anyways, in Hot Springs. And gold flakes, the purest gold found on Earth over in that area. It's very celestial. And so do you really think you're going to put me in a mental institution because I was able to intuitively pick up on the fact that you had geodesic dome builders in your house? No. Really, it's just going to bother them that you have taken somebody that was spiritually gifted and just really tried to destroy your life. It's only going to look worse on you that you just tried to continuously ruin and defame somebody like that. I know whose energy is hacking me right now. I can feel it. I can read it. And it's nefarious, and you are. You're nefarious for doing what you're doing to me. And you and every single person you have involved in the whole thing, you're all going to be found guilty for committing mass amounts of federal crimes against somebody who you have just injustified severely that never deserved any of it. You're being found guilty for your crimes.